welcome to Biology with MEDMELO, and today we are going to discuss the fourth question of genetics, that is structure and function of the cell membrane, mechanism and penetration of substances into a cell, active and passive transport. So there are two parts of the question. First of all, the properties of cell membrane, and then how the substances are transported in and out of the cell. Okay. So in the first part, first of all, we are going to discuss about the cell membrane. Like what are the properties of the cell membrane? The first and foremost property of the cell membrane is its fluidity. Fluidity because it has no fixed position due to which it can take amorphous shapes, and this fluidity is dependent upon temperature. Higher the temperature, higher the fluidity. Lower the temperature, lower the fluidity. The second one is plasticity. Plasticity is same as that of a plastic rubber band that whenever you stretch it and you release it, it comes back to its normal size, which means it can restore quickly after impairment and can stretch and constrict in cellular movements. The third one is semi-permeability. Semi-permeability. You may be wondering that why I have pronounced this word twice. It is made up of two words, semi and permeability. Semi means half, while permeability means permission, giving permission to something, which means it allows only selective molecules to pass in and out of the cell. That is, the molecules pass selectively. Just similar as a security guard standing on the door, and the person whom I will allow, he will allow to enter inside the room. If I don't allow a person to enter into the room, he won't allow it to go. Okay, the semi-permeability is like a security guard of the cell. Then the ability of self-locking, which means the vesicles and vacuoles are are performed to lock certain substances. That is, vesicles or vacuoles, you can consider them as a vessels or airtight containers to store something like food, some germs, etc. Then in the end, we have polarity. There are two poles of the cell membrane, hydrophobic and hydrophilic. Hydrophobic means afraid of water, while hydrophilic means loving of water. So hydrophobic is not in contact with the water, but hydrophilic easily attracts the water. Okay. Then we have the functions of the cell membrane. There are basically six functions of the cell membrane. These are structural, barrier, metabolic, receptor, transport, and cell junctions. The structural function. Structural means it maintains the structure of the cell. That is, the membranes are included into the composition of all cellular organelles except those of ribosomes and centrosomes. Basically, it means that to maintain the structure of the cell and its structure, the membrane-bound structures have to be membrane-bound, while those who are non-membrane bound, they can remain non-membrane bound. Like the cell wall, the nucleus, all they have a membrane around them to protect them. Then the barrier, that is, it protects the cell from external factors, that is selectively permeability type of function. Okay, barrier, that protection from external factors. Then we have the metabolic, that is, enzymes are located in the membranes that do enzymatic activity. Metabolic means to allow enzymatic activities. Then acting as a receptor to receive what? Receptor means to receive signals and to recognize substance, like according to the stimuli. Then transportation of gases, exchange of materials, energy, etc. Cell junction means cell to cell connection. So this was about the first part of this question. You have to understood it well so as to move on to the second.